Hi everyone. We are Group 1, Sarah Hussein, Bella Philippe, me, Christine Nguyen, and Robert Ash. And this is our Phase 2 presentation for COM 440. The main goal of our project is to build a secure and user-friendly online marketplace where users can post, search for, and review items. We use React 18 for the front end, Flask with Python for the back end, and MySQL as our database. For security, we focused on input validation and parameterized queries to prevent SQL injection. In Phase 2, we implemented 5 main features. Item posting, that is limited to 2 items per user per day. Category-based search, which allows users to find items by tag. Item reviews, with a 2 per day limit and no self-reviews. Full enforcement of external constraints as defined in the project specifications. And lastly, we ensured all UI flows are connected and that SQL injection protection remains in place throughout the application.
This slide shows screenshots from MySQL Workbench of our database schema. We've organized our data into the following 3 main tables. Item stores details about items like the title, description, date, price, user that posted the item, and the rating. Item category links items to the categories that users assign when the items are posted. Review stores the rating, review remarks, user that posted the review, and the item for each review. We've made sure that each table has appropriate primary keys, foreign keys, and constraints to conform to all project requirements and ensure data integrity. Only logged in users can post items. The item management form collects a title, description, price, and the categories that the item belongs to. We automatically assign item IDs using MySQL's auto-increment functionality, which ensures that each item is assigned a valid ID at time of creation, as well as when other items are added or removed from the item table. As per the project requirements, we enforce a daily posting limit of 2 items and validate that all fields are filled out correctly. Our backend endpoints include a post to API items new item, which adds a new item to the table, get from API items list item that returns a list of all items in the table, get from API items, and then any item ID that returns all of the data belonging to an individual item that has item ID. The backend validates all input, checks user posting limits, and handles all communication with the database.
Users can search by entering a category name. Results are case insensitive and return item title, price, and seller. Our backend handles this with endpoints that process category-based queries and return matching items. All inputs are parameterized to prevent SQL injection. Users can leave reviews with a drop-down rating, excellent, good, fair, or poor, and a comment. Review constraints include a maximum of 2 reviews per day, only 1 review per item, and no reviewing your own item. The backend manages this through endpoints for submitting, retrieving, and validating reviews and ratings, while enforcing all business rules and constraints.
Security is a top priority. We use SQL Alchemy, which automatically uses parameterized queries to protect against SQL injection. We have also implemented input validation for category fields, ratings, and text fields, such as item descriptions and reviews. Any malformed or malicious inputs are filtered before they reach the database. Our demo will walk through the user flow to showcase both front-end functionality and back-end integration. We will display the MySQL schema using our shared Railway-hosted database, create a new item, search for an item by category, and lastly, submit a review for that item. This walkthrough will demonstrate both the front-end UI and how it ties into our back-end logic and database schema.
Okay, and I'm going to show you our first our database schema through MySQL Workbench. And like we said in the presentation, our app uses three main tables to organize our data, that being item, category, and review. So importantly, the item table does hold or have the auto increment for the item or the ID attribute, which was part of the requirements. And we have actually gone in many ways out of or extended the requirements, and we've added some pretty cool features. And one of them is in the reviews, which I will cover later. That actually that implements a star rating, which, like I said, I'll cover later. So let's get the app launched right now, and we'll pretend that we didn't see that, and we'll restart the app. So running the app from the VS Code terminal with npm run start starts both the front end and back end. And we click the link that's presented in the terminal output to launch the app. And what we'll see first is the the front page loading the complete list of items for all items in our items table, as you'll see here. And my first task will be to show you how to create a new item, and only fully authenticated users are allowed to create items, so or to add items to the database. So you'll see here in our top navigation bar that we only have the ability to click the link of login or register, and both of these obviously do exactly what it sounds. So if I wanted to create an account, I would go to register. For now, I'm just going to log in. So logging in with a already registered account, my credentials are just saved here. So now we see on the nav bar that we have a couple different options, and our first for this phase, where we're just going to show you show you how to create a new item, search by a category, and then make a review. So with an authenticated user session, I can click item management here, which takes me to the page where we allow users to add items. So I'm just going to create a new item here, and let's do a skateboard. So let's say a super cool skateboard as our description. Skateboards are probably pretty expensive nowadays, so let's say $200. And our categories, just in a comma separated list, let's say like sports, outdoor activities, and yeah, that's good. So now, once we've filled all the fields, we're given the option to add the item to the database. Oh, good. I actually misspelled the activities there. That's funny. So now that I've added the item to the database, it will actually automatically appear in the below list of items, which again, this is all items currently in our database. So we see that we have 17 items available. It was 16 before I added the additional item. So now that yes, I did. I misspelled. That's fun. So now that I've added a new item, let's show you how we can search by category. So you'll see in our navigation bar that we have a search feature that is always available no matter what page the user's on. So I can go back and forth between these pages, and anything other than the login and registration page will have the search feature available. So very handy, and it allows the user to search by a category. So let's say, how about electronics? I like electronics, so we're going to search for them. And as the user types, it actually will narrow the options to the categories that users have already configured for any of their items. So as we after we search, we're presented with all of the search results. So we'll see here that in every one of these search results, one of the categories is going to be electronics. Doesn't have to be the first category or the first one listed, but as long as it's in there, it'll appear in the search results. And just to show you that it is actually working properly. So the last feature that I'm going to demo for you right now is how we can create a review and the external constraints that the requirements provided as far as how many reviews we can post a day, posting to your own, or posting a review to your own item and stuff like that. So I am currently signed in as nth person. So if I try to post a review for this item here, I am going to be greeted with an error. So I'm a little bit partial to my own Apple Watch. So I'm going to say this is the best Apple Watch ever, maybe an exclamation point. And it's definitely excellent, but users are given the option to select any one of these. And we think it's good to have all of these options presented to the user so they can see that they can choose any one of these. So, but it is enumerated at the database level. So let's say I try to post this review, and we'll see that I'm not allowed to review my own item, which is expected as per the requirements. So let's go find an item that I can actually review. So knowing that I'm signed in as nth person right now, let's see, I could review this one, maybe this iPad Air. Ooh, I like the iPad Air. So we're going to go and click this item, which takes us to the item page, which is pretty sweet, we think. Has the item's the title, the price, the description, all of the other other data for the item, and we can see here that we would have reviews if there were reviews posted. So let's create a review. I think this is a pretty okay okay iPad Air, so I'm going to rate it good. I'm going to say it works good, and it's pretty good. So I'm going to submit my review. And crap. So I'm gonna have to sign in from a different user because I just did this demo in practice mode. So let's do that. Let's sign in as, let's go admin this time. Okay, so now I'm logged in as the admin, and let's go back to that same item if I can. Where are we at here? iPad Air. So pretend like nothing happened there. I'm still going to say it's good. Say it works good. And I'm going to try to submit this review, which should be successful because I have not reviewed yet under this username. So review was submitted successfully and everything's okie dokie. So also after posting a review, the review itself and the rating and its the item or the review remarks are posted, and we'll also see when the review was posted here. If it's very recently or immediately, it'll show here. Other than that, it'll show the actual time and date. So let's find another item to review. So I am not signed in as nth person this time, but I want to find another item that has been reviewed before so I can show off another one of our cool features. So let's do this 4K Ultra HD monitor. So before I go to the item page, we can note here that we actually have implemented a star rating system, and we didn't use an API or anything like that. We actually created this ourselves, or actually one of our teammates did, Bella, and she implemented all the backend functions that were required for this, which just to breeze over it really quickly, we actually have an attribute in the item table that corresponds to the actual star rating, and that star rating is it's an aggregate of all of the ratings that have been assigned to that particular item. So when a user rates an item poor, that item is assigned a value of 1.25, or if they rate it good, that review, not the item, is assigned a value of 3.75. And if you sum up multiple reviews, divide by the number of the reviews, we get an accumulated or aggregate average for the number of stars. And using that aggregate number of stars, we can display just that number of stars. So for this, we have an average of 2. There's only one review, so let's see if we can change that. And somebody thought this was fair, and I happen to think this is a very good or 4K monitor, so it's awesome, is what I'm going to say. Buy it, yes. So I'm going to rate it excellent, and I'm going to submit my review. And there's my review, or my actual the review remarks. And we see now that our star rating has gone up because now it has 2 reviews. And let's say I want to pump up this this product because maybe my friend is selling it or something like that, and I want to make sure this person makes some money. So let's say definitely buy this TV, right? And I'm going to try to rate it excellent again. But keep in mind, at this point, I have failed to review my own item once, and I've successfully submitted 2 reviews today. So as long as this our app conforms to the app requirements, we should fail here. And surprise, it does. Or no surprise, excuse me. So because I've already reviewed 2 items today, I am rejected with the 3rd review. So no self-review, no more than 2 reviews in a day. And I think that's pretty much it. So that is our app, and thanks for watching.